Hello again, guys. This is the second of the two videos of my two versions of Standard Disaster for March 2012. I'm going to go through this video really quickly on the assumption that you've already watched the first one, which is the budget version, which I'll put sort of a link to in the description and somewhere, you know, here-ish. Yeah, go watch that one first, where I've explained everything. This is the not-so-budget version. I'll just go straight through it really quickly. It's basically it's almost the same. There's only a couple of changes which I'll explain afterwards. Triple Red Eyes, Double Wyvern, 3 Drago, Light and Darkness Dragon, 2 Apocryph, 3 Mask Dragon, Double Delta Flyer, 1 Exploder, and 1 Totem, which is completely the same for anyone paying attention. Spell lineup is almost the same: Future Fusion, Double Sarco, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Reborn, Book, Mind Control. This time we got triple MST, because the Torrentials have left the deck. This is because of the extra little flair that the non-budgetness of the deck gives, meaning you can afford to run slightly less control in the main deck. Traps are almost, again, essentially the same. Solemn Brigade, no Torrentials this time, because, you know, like I say, you can afford to run slightly less control in the main deck. Still triple safe zone. I know it's not a budget build anymore, but you can still run this. It's still amazing. Or you can run Fiendish Chains if you've got them in place of these as a direct substitute. Obviously, don't use safe zone as a substitute for Fiendish Chain, because obviously it doesn't negate effects. But it's just as good. And personally, after testing Fiendish Chains as well, when they were a lot cheaper, I prefer safe zone. I genuinely do. I prefer safe zone to Fiendish Chain. So yeah, with the lack of the third Torrential, I run triple Call of the Haunted in this build. Again, baits warnings, baits MSTs, baits everything. Use Red Eyes to bait warning, Call of the Haunted to bring it back, and double compulsory for the control. Again, now basically, you know, that looks basically the same, and essentially it is. The side deck is where it gets a little less budget. You've still got triple Veiler. This time, in addition to your 2 DD Crows in your hand trap lineup, there's also 3 Maxis, and now it's stopped being budget. Essentially, this is the reason that you don't have to make that. I find it's okay to not main deck Torrential Tribute, because if you miss Torrential Tribute in the first game, if you side these in, you can prevent your opponent from ever wanting to fill up their field with big monsters that they special summoned. So yeah, basically, and obviously the third MST is in the main deck now, so it doesn't have to be in the side deck, which frees up an extra slot for the Maxis, along with the bottomless trap holes, because again, the idea is you stop your opponent from summoning in the first place, or you deter them from special summoning. Still double smashing, because it's still good as removal. Still triple rivalry, because rivalry is a boss. And still double shadow imprisoning, because Dark Welds are still irritating when they go off. The extra deck is completely the same. I'll run through it for anyone who just wants to watch this for the non-budget version. 5-headed, Levia, Leviathan, Utopia, Catasta, Bryanak, Ancient Fairy, Black Rose, Dragon Wing, Stardust, Dark End, Scrap Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, Trident Dragon, and Chimeratech Fortress for those occasional situational opponent has a Cyber Dragon plays. No, that's basically it. Like I say, the only difference is basically in the side deck, with the Maxis and the absence of Torrential in the main deck. Instead, you've got the 3 MSTs and the 3 Call of the Haunteds in there. But you know, I can't stress this enough, guys. You know, try safe zone in Disaster Dragon. I thought I'd try it as a sort of experiment. The first time I tried this was the Cardiff Battle of the Kingdoms qualifier. I'd never played it before, never tested it before. I ran 3 of it there, and it was so amazing. You know, I was genuinely shocked by how good it actually was and how amazing it is. You know, it's really an amazing card. You really should try it in Disaster. I'm not going to go on about that. I've gone on about everything else. So yeah, that's the non-budget version of Disaster Dragon for my pair. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you again.